Alright, Shalom. We'll start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father, YAHAWAH, Ba'asham, Yahawashi, Ba'asham, Rawchaa, Qadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of Grestmillstone, the GMS. And I want to say peace and blessings unto the elect. Okay, this is just going to be an in transit, speaking about the mark of the beast, which is written about in the book of Revelation, the 13th chapter, and the 16th verse. Okay, the word mark, okay, goes back to the Greek word charagma, okay, which means to insert or to make a cutting, okay, which is in your flesh, man. Okay, and they're gonna insert this chip into people, and it's gonna be the new world currency, man. Okay, and it's gonna be made mandatory. All right, but you know, even before all that, there's gonna be a push, okay, a lot of talk on it about how convenient it's going to be, how convenient it's going to make things, you know, for people, you know, instead of having to carry cash and definitely carry credit cards and debit cards. Okay, definitely cash, but also credit cards and debit cards. Okay, and what prompted this lesson, I was just thinking about it before I left, okay, because I actually have some cash on me, and I needed to I was checking my my account, my bank account, and I needed to put this cash in the bank, you know, and instead of me carrying around cash, all right, because I could easily lose it, you know, and I was like, well, you know, shit, I could lose my debit card, you know, but the difference is with losing that debit card is, let's say I did lose that debit card or it was stolen. I could call the debit card, the bank, and be like, hey, I lost my card. If there are any transactions on this card, you know, they weren't from me, and I'd like to dispute them, you know, and they would replace my card and reimburse my money. You know, it would take, I think, like 7 business days or 10 business days, something to that effect, in order for them to you know, do the whole process and check it out, you know. But I was like, yeah, that's, you know, that's more convenient. But a lot of people do that, you know, and fraud the debit, the bank or the card company. Okay, and what made me think of that was, there's this show called Atlanta, which is the stars, and I think it's produced and written by a guy by the name of Donald Glover, if I'm not mistaken, that's his name, but he goes by the rap name. His stage rap name is Childish Gambino. Okay, and he had took his girlfriend out to eat on one episode, and he didn't really have that much bread, and he had went way over his limit, you know, and he had spent all his money what he had on his card. So when they made it back in, he walked outside, you know, and got on the phone and called the card company. Was like, hey, I lost my card, you know, I like to dispute it, you know. But that's what people do, you know. So now, you know, the card company has to look into it or whatever, and, you know, they really don't have, or they really won't just be that extensive into looking and checking. You know, they're not gonna call a restaurant and order them to send them video surveillance of him or whoever was using the card. It's just not going to go to that extent. Now, if it was a large amount of money, I'm pretty sure they would be a little more thorough in their investigation, okay? But just to say maybe $100, $120, something like that, they're not about to, because it would cost them, you know, it would cost for them to go through all those channels, you know, to have to look into the claim, you know. So I was like, well, you know, they could eliminate that altogether just with the chip by itself, you know. Now you can't lose your chip. It's inside of you, okay? If somebody's using your chip, it gotta be you, okay? That it just ain't no other way, you know, versus having a debit card or a credit card, you know. And that was just on my spirit, man. You know, I said, you know, I just, whenever I jump in the car, I just speak on this, you know. And that was just me, you know, thinking out loud through the spirit on this this microchip, okay? And it's already here, okay? And it's just a matter of time before it's fully implemented and made mandatory, because it's already, this is set up to where it can already be used. When you go to an ATM, you know, or go to a even I went visit a brother in the hospital recently. There was a little scanner for the RFID, okay? I had actually took a picture of it, but I can't pull it up because, one, I'm driving, and two, it's a bunch of, I'd be looking for a little minute because I got a bunch of pictures in my gallery. But when you go to the bank, there's a little swipe thing. When you go to the grocery store, it's already set up to swipe, you know, and people are already conditioned to hear the word chip when they go up to the register anyway. Just insert your chip. Could you put your chip in, you know, because it used to be, you know, swipe. Well, they got people conditioned on swipe. Now it's insert your chip, okay? And if you walk up to the register nowadays, man, with cash, people are looking at you like you got 3 heads, you know? So it's already set up, even like in airports, and you know, you get ready to, you know, say you take a cruise, because a female I know, okay, I just say that, went on a cruise, and she told me that everything on the cruise was card only. It was no, you could not pay for anything with cash, okay? And another thing that's being talked about, which I saw in a article, is this real ID, which they, you know, speaking about that more. And they were talking about, does your driver's license have a star in the right hand corner? And I immediately took out my driver's license and looked. It didn't have a star in the right hand corner. And the article said that unless your driver's license has a star in the right hand corner, you're not going to be able to fly throughout the country with this real ID that's coming, okay? Which is just another step. If it even goes to the real ID, you know, they may just skip that process altogether and go straight to the chip, because there's a thing called order out of chaos, man, okay? And once they create the chaotic situation, they're going to bring order, okay? And one way they're going to set up their order is with this microchip, with this mark of the beast, okay? So they may skip that process altogether, but everything is going cashless. You know, everything is digital currency. All right, that's what it's become. That's what it's moved to. All right, and like I said, man, I was just thinking about this through the Spirit before I left the house, headed on my way to work. You know, it would just be that more convenient not to have to carry cash, not to have to carry debit or credit cards, man. All right. So that's pretty much it. You know, the mark of the beast is the microchip, the RFID microchip, which they're going to insert into people, which they're already doing. Okay. They having chip parties. You know, you can order online a t-shirt that says "I got chipped." Okay. So you think we're just whistling Dixie? You can check it out for yourself. All right. There are actually chip parties. There's already I believe that was in Arkansas, and it's actually on my page, bills that regulate microchipping. All right, a bill that regulates microchipping humans. Okay, because they're already doing it in pets. You know, and your pet is, you know, now the pet is a part of the family. You don't want to lose your pet. You know, if you lose your pet, it's microchip. We can find your pet easily. It's like you have a low jack on your pet, you know. Well, think about the elderly, okay? Think about like your grandparents or something. Say they have Alzheimer's or they're senile and they go missing all the time, or you know, you got these Amber Alerts, you know, with children come up missing. You know, there's always been, you know, kids on the back of milk cartons. All right, you know, they're gonna push this agenda through fear, which again is that order out of chaos. Okay, same thing like after 9/11, they brought about the Patriot Act, man. Okay, it wasn't much dispute because people were terrified. All right, when you're scared, you're willing to give up your liberties. Okay, some of your so-called freedoms. All right, and they've showed that time and time again, man. Okay. So like I said, you know, that was just on my spirit. You know, I'm just thinking out loud through the Spirit. You know, it's just a in transit lesson, okay? And just something to think about. And you know, Lord willing, there was edification in this in transit. Okay, don't take the mark of the beast. All right, which is the microchip, because if you do, you're not gonna make it, man. Okay. So with that, you know, I'm gonna give all praise, honor, and glory again to the Heavenly Father, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Qadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of Grestmillstone and GMS. And I want to say peace and blessings unto the elect. Okay, and until the next time, I say shalom.